The narcissist. A narcissist is someone who thinks the universe was created as their personal fan club. They crave attention like it's oxygen and get annoyed when people don't worship them. They exaggerate everything: their success, their talent, their importance, even their generosity, which usually comes with strings attached. They struggle to see anything from another person's perspective because empathy is basically a foreign language to them. Criticize them even slightly, and they melt down or attack. They aren't always loud or flashy, but everything eventually becomes about them. Being around them feels like living on a stage where you're never the main character. The covert narcissist. Covert narcissists look shy, sensitive, or insecure, but underneath that soft shell is the same me-first wiring as a regular narcissist. Instead of demanding praise loudly, they get it through guilt, self-pity, and playing the victim. They're quietly competitive, feel insulted by harmless comments, and believe they're misunderstood geniuses. They want admiration but pretend they don't. They can act supportive but keep mental scorecards. When they hurt you, they'll say you're too sensitive. They're masters of subtle manipulation, making you feel responsible for their emotions. They drain you without ever raising their voice, which makes the toxicity harder to spot. The sociopath. A sociopath is impulsive, manipulative, and doesn't naturally feel guilt the way most people do. They can fake emotions well enough to charm people, but the feelings aren't deep. They often break rules, take big risks, and act before thinking. Relationships are usually chaotic because they struggle with self-control and empathy. They lie easily, but not always skillfully. They just don't care about consequences. They see people as tools or obstacles, not partners. Not all are criminals, but many leave emotional or financial destruction behind. Their toxic trait is inconsistency, fun and exciting one minute, reckless and harmful the next. The psychopath. A psychopath is calm, calculated, and emotionally detached. Unlike sociopaths, they don't act out of impulse, they plan. They can mimic normal emotions like smiling, caring, or sympathy, but internally feel very little. They're excellent at reading people, but use that knowledge strategically, not compassionately. They can be extremely charming when it benefits them, which makes them hard to detect. They don't feel much guilt or fear, so they're comfortable doing things most people couldn't. Not all become criminals. Many succeed in corporate or political environments. Their toxicity comes from using people as resources with zero emotional responsibility. The dark empath. A dark empath actually understands your emotions better than most people, but instead of helping you, they use that understanding for their own advantage. They can read your vulnerabilities, predict your reactions, and adjust their behavior to get what they want. They're warm when they need to be, cold when it's convenient, and manipulative in ways that feel personal. They aren't openly cruel, they're strategic. You feel emotionally seen but somehow controlled. Their charm makes them dangerous because they seem empathetic, but their empathy has a dark purpose: influence, power, or personal gain. You won't notice the manipulation until you're deep in it. The Machiavellian. A Machiavellian is someone who sees life as a strategic game. People aren't friends, they're assets, obstacles, or opportunities. They don't care about morality if a win is possible. They study others' weaknesses, stay calm, and move quietly. They avoid emotional decisions, preferring logic and strategy. They'll manipulate without guilt, lie without hesitation, and flatter without meaning it. They're patient, long-term planners, making them more dangerous than loud manipulators. Their toxicity comes from treating relationships as negotiations, not connections. You never quite know their real intentions because everything, including kindness, is a calculated move toward a personal goal. The control freak. A control freak needs everything done their way, on their schedule, under their supervision. They micromanage conversations, plans, emotions, sometimes even your thoughts. They believe they're being helpful, but really they're trying to avoid the discomfort of uncertainty. They can be anxious, rigid, and demanding. When things deviate from their expectations, they panic or become aggressive. They often disguise control as concern. "I'm just trying to help." But the help never feels helpful. It feels suffocating. Their toxicity lies in taking away your autonomy, leaving you feeling incompetent or exhausted. Freedom around them slowly disappears without you noticing. The gaslighter. A gaslighter's main weapon is confusion. They rewrite the past, deny obvious facts, and twist your words until you question your own memory. If you get upset, they say you're imagining things. If you catch them lying, they say you're overreacting. They break your confidence by slowly replacing your sense of reality with theirs. They often appear calm while you feel frantic, which makes you look like the unstable one. Their toxicity isn't loud, it's psychological.